Hello everybody, Andy here from Glass Half Dead, the #1 kill team channel on YouTube, unless of course you are aware of any other kill team channel on YouTube. So, Blood and Zeal is real. The old Varak rumours got it right on the name and wrong on everything else. Is that right? No, sorry, they just didn't get Grey Knights right. Okay, so let's just crack straight into it. We've got two teams. We've got the Sanctifiers, which are kind of, they're a new Sisters of Battle army. We're obviously going to be losing novitiates soon. So now we lose novitiates and we get a bunch of religious militia men, as it calls it. And then we have another faction, which do seem to be Khorne based. They do seem to be based on the World Eaters Jackals kits, but not based on it, just like they're a variation of it, just totally new sprue though, which do look like they are Khorne cultists in a sense, but very aggressive because they're Khorne cultists. The interesting thing is the Sanctifiers are an 11 model team and the Gore Chosen are an 8 model team, and that is super interesting because that means that this is going to be our first ever semi-elite non-Eldar team. That's very interesting. Let's have a quick look through things and see how we feel about that. Let's give you a quick run through just so we can see. You should go and check the reveal trailer, of course. Everything looks very nice. Oh, this piece here, this is the statue we're going to get, which is a discontinued piece of terrain that has already existed. I have 2 of them. There you go. And a whole Sisters army. So very quickly, I just want to quickly blast through it. We have a Confessor, we have a Cherub, a Conflagrator, various missionaries, Death Cult Assassin, Drill Abbot, Persecutor, Salvationist, Reliquent, and Miraculist. I don't like any of these models. We'll come back to them, don't worry. And then we have the models that I think are kind of cool. Blood Herald, Impaler, with... he's got some sort of grappling hook. Do notice that. That could be interesting. Is he going to fly around kind of like either the Grot, probably not, or the guy that can do it from the Ratlings, perhaps? That'd be interesting with his servo legs. They've all got weird servo legs. You've got the Skull Claimer, the Stalker in an awesome pose, an Inciter, a Blood Taker, and some Aspirants. Cool, cool, cool. We then have the statue again. This is exactly the same to the thing that it used to be. All good. And then, interestingly, we have this here. We have an extra deck. Now, obviously, that extra deck is just going to be a narrative thing. There you go. Cool. Right, with that said, we're going to quickly go back and take an actual read of the words. I just wanted to, if you just want to know what it was, it's not Grey Knights, and it's not World Eaters, Marines at least, although we never thought it was going to be World Eater Marines per se. They are clearly Khorne based, they are clearly a similar vibe to the Jackals. Good, you love to see it. Right, with that said, we're going to scroll back to the start and we're going to have a quick read additionally of what all those extra things mean. But a quick aside before we get to doing that, if you just wanted the highlights, that's it. It's maybe some people wanted this instead of Grey Knights and World Eater Marines, which is awesome. I'm going to go over and say my thoughts on it. But hey, just heads up. This is obviously going to go on pre-order at some point, presumably within the next 1 to 2 months. If you're doing that, I would recommend that you find yourself your favourite kill team YouTuber, and they probably have affiliate links. If you're in the UK, I have those to Whaling Games and Element Games. If you want to pre-order this, using my affiliate link would be awesome. It costs you nothing extra, and I get a little kickback, which is sweet. Okay. Oh, before we get into the actual read-through as well, I would like to quickly promo something which is, you've seen this already if you've seen my my equipment things. These are just extra gubbins, and this is something that I just dropped a bunch of tokens for. But yeah, check this out. This is an all-in-one storage container. I think it's quite cool. There's a second tray for extra gubbins. If you want to take everything in a single A4 size box, that's the one to go for. Cool. All right, let's jump into what this actually says. Oh, there's a link with 10% off down in the description. Cool. Right, this expansion box for Kill Team has 2 completely new kill teams, includes a mission-packed dossier full of expanded lore and rules, expands upon Killzone Volcus, the terrain found in Kill Team Hivestorm, and adds cards and tokens for both teams. Cool, that's what we expect. You love to see it. The The first team are the Sanctifiers, a band of 11 fervent ecclesiastical militiamen dedicated to the protection of the Imperium at all costs and inspired by the stirring oratory of a confessor. These fanatics follow military deployments and religious processions alike to keep their fellow pilgrims safe, frequently getting stuck into the fight with ardor. Ardor? So this is just another thing to keep in mind. Some people say they don't want Tyranids in Kill Team because Tyranids don't make sense. Demons too, for like lore reasons in Kill Team, because they're not the special elite troops. Sisters of Battle, you get another incredibly non-specially elite troops. There you go. Right, Confessor. This model doesn't thrill me. I'm going to be honest with you. Cherub. I love a Cherub. Great to see. He's got a poke, a prod. I'm going to guess he's your comms, actually. So he's going to prod a dude to comms him. Double hand flamer. We're going to see him have salvo with double flamers. I like to see it. That he could be actually very powerful, potentially. The missionaries look awesome. I actually really like these models. Nothing else has sparked joy so far, really. These guys look awesome. They are going to be great. Basically, the Sisters Army is using old metal models still. These guys look awesome. I would happily have these in my Sisters Army. Also, we all like a bit of missionary, am I right? Death Cult Assassin, I think he looks great. I think he's going to be a great change because the only other plastic Death Cult Assassin model we have is actually from the Elucidian Starstriders box. So this is now another true Death Cult Assassin. The Drill Abbot's a bit meh, although will go great in the old world as like a warrior priest or something. Persecutor looks awesome, can't lie there. Great pose, love the robe work. Salvationist, not my vibe. In fact, looks looks like a very similar theme and sculpt to the psychic guy for Inquisition. And then we get the Reliquant. Nah, I don't know. I don't like the fat face. And then we get the Miraculous, who I imagine will be kind of the. Do you think this is cool? Do you think someone who's literally T-posing towards you with nails through their hands is cool? Well, if you do, this is the team for you. If you think this looks dumb, this is not the team for you. There you go. Oh wait, is that also? Let's have a quick look. Yes, so do note, every other model is male. Apart from the Miraculous. So, you know, honestly, on theme, on vibes, that is very religious. So good to see. All right. Not really interested in that team, if I'm honest. Except for those missionaries for my Sisters Army. What these zealous missionaries lack in armour, they make up for in raw grit, fighting through injuries that would fell an Ogren with prayers on their lips and booming sermons in their ears. Many are equipped with searing flame weapons, packing a hefty punch at close range, and the presence of the Drill Abbot and Death Cult Assassin cranks their fervour even higher. I love getting cranked, that's great. Arrayed against them are the ferocious Goremongers, 8 mortal servants of Khorne who have been lucky enough to witness the crimson form of a bloodletter in combat and actually survive the encounter. This experience makes them obsessed with this perfect manifestation of the blood god's wrath, seeking to emulate their idols in deed and image. Instantly, I'm interested. I feel like just already there's a little bit more narrative here than there is in the Salvationists, or whatever they're called. I can't remember. Sanctifiers? So like, these guys have seen a bloodletter. You know what that means? I get to go out and buy a bloodletter and have it on the table. Similar to how you might buy an Elucidian Starstrider and put that on the table. I'm buying a bloodletter. Right, Blood Herald. Looks awesome. Into it. Impaler. He's got your grappling hook. I want to know how that works. I wonder if they're going to use the claws in any way. Why are they all on claws? That does look odd. Anyway, big dude with axe, big dude with 2 chainsaws. Love it. Inciter, instantly not as cool as the guy above that had 2 flame pistols. He's just got 2 stub pistols. This guy's going to need a really strong secondary rule to make him worth taking over aspirants, very clearly. We get the Blood Taker. So is that... what's he going to be? He's going to be our... He's going to be our form of a medic, but I don't think this team's getting an actual medic. So he just that thing in his hand. At first I thought grenade. Now I'm thinking it's going to be something that you stab into the enemy or your own guys to like boost them, but like for 1 damage or D3 damage or something. And then we get aspirants, and honestly they look great. The only thing I'm hoping is that this team comes in a box of 10, and so we will get to build 2 editions. If it's a box of 8, that will be a little bit of a shame, especially when you think about how GW tends to sell these boxes. They normally come in boxes of 5s or 10s, right? If this is a box of 8, that'd be quite frustrating. Even the Eldar, the Scorps, are a box of 10. But I like all of these poses. They're super dynamic. They're going to go brilliantly on the tabletop next to my Jackals and the rest of my World Eaters army. Really, really like it. Very cool. Goremongers are among the most lucid and reliable of Khorne's troops. That's a weird term. Lucid troops? Okay. Pumping a constant flow of combat sims mixed with drops of their master's blood into their systems while still retaining a modicum of cunning and level-headedness. The first thing they do is cut off their own legs. Okay. It's on theme. I like it. That's a fun twist. That's good writing. I enjoy that. First thing they do is cut off their own legs and graft on a new mechanical pair that brings them closer to the ideal physical form, armed with bloodletting chain weapons and ritual daggers. Is that the first thing to cut off their own legs and graft on a new mechanical pair closer to the ideal physical form? Oh, I guess they're not like we like the machine cult. It's just probably these look similar to. They've got the talons of a demon, I guess. Fine. As well as the 2 kill teams, you also get massive Imperial Shrines. Get a massive Imperial Shrine statue to act as an awesome centerpiece for your terrain tables. The Blood and Zeal dossier includes loads of missions to make use of this gigantic monument. Normally it's 2, but let's see if it's loads. That's cool. As well as an in-depth hobby guide teaching how to desecrate the statue to honour the Chaos Gods. So that sounds really cool. I do like the GW trying to bring back a little bit of a hobby into their official rules. That's cool. I like that. Obviously, the hobby guide is going to be buy these 7 kits, but that's fine. The dossier contains fascinating new mechanics that involve an entirely new deck of Blood and Zeal cards. Drawing a card in-game could give you a sudden stroke of good fortune. I love a sudden stroke. Love it. As the Divine cast their gaze over your battlefield and bequeath the faithful with powerful abilities. Lastly, you get a big token sheet with everything you need to play both kill teams from the get-go. It won't be long until you start to see the brutal slugfest of an expansion approaching pre-orders, so keep an eye on Warcom and learn all about its content in greater detail soon. So, and then we see at the bottom here, we see these 2 decks of cards. Cool. That's it, we're done. We get the Sanctifiers, is that what? And the Goremongers. Were they Sanctifiers? Yes, they were. Awesome. So, Sanctifiers, I'm out. Pass. Not my vibe. And then Goremongers, I'm into. So this is hype. I'm really excited for this. I hope I get the box soon, obviously, and then I hope I can do the review for you guys. If you guys could drop a comment, what do you actually want from this box? Assuming that GW gives me a review copy, you never know. They don't always. What would you like to see? Like, what would you like to see that everybody else isn't automatically going to do? Because I'm quite interested in what I can do for you that isn't just the standard unbox, team review, right? Yeah, those Goremongers have actually really done it for me. What I would have liked to have seen, I can't lie, is Grey Knights. I really feel like Sanctifiers, I don't care how they end up playing, they might be the best team to play mechanically for me. They won't be, but they might be. You know, I don't want to completely write them off. Maybe I just love flame weapons, in which case, these are the guys. But in my mind, due to the rumours, I really wanted Grey Knights. If this box had been Grey Knights and Goremongers, I'd have been so into it. I'd have been so hyped. So anyway, coming up later in this week is of course going to be a video where I lament. Somebody just suggested it in my Discord. Do rumours ruin releases even when they're wrong? Something like that, right? Because I really wanted Grey Knights, I can't lie. I kind of thought they weren't going to be coming, but I also really, really wanted them to, you know. Who knows? Maybe that was the rumour they had to put out there to catch Valrak's contact, right? Like, I don't know what they were smoking on that one, if I'm honest. Maybe they only ever knew the name Blood and Zeal and just took a guess. And Blood's an easy one. Yeah, cool. So anyway, Goremongers, I'm all in. I really, really want to know how they make 8 models work. I love that they're 8 models. That's obviously the number of Khorne. And I think the sculpts look great. And I hope it's a really interesting mortal melee-based semi-elite team. I think that could be really interesting for the game. There you go. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Do check out the pinned comments for my affiliate links and my 10% off code for that all-in-one travel box. If you do want to know more about that travel box, go and check out my equipment that you might want to take to your next game video. And yeah, stay hydrated. Thank you. Bye.